Here to present the Soccer Club of Newington Carrie Lee Donlin Memorial Scholarship and the David Irwin Scholarships are Mr. Eric Feldblum.
Thank you, Chris. My name is Eric Feldblum. I am the Soccer Club of Newington president, newly elected in this past November. My history with the club is I've been coaching my daughter, my son for many years, boys travel director, and I am currently a coach of my youngest son's team, U11. So part of the board, for many years, we've been giving out scholarships to student athletes, mainly for soccer, not just looking at what they did in soccer, but also academically and what soccer means to them. So every year we ask the applicants to write an essay, what soccer means to them, what it did for their young lives. And the board votes, and this year we have 2 winners, obviously, for the Carrie Lee Donlin. We usually pick a male and a female. So our first winner, I was a little nervous because I am coaching, and I know reading her essay, she's a ref, and I don't know if I've yelled at her in the past. So hopefully, and the season still has to go, so hopefully not. Grace Kenapari. The male recipient winner, I don't know if he remembers, but I met him a long time ago, probably when, let's see, my daughter was 7 years old. His dad was coaching my daughter. He was always on the sideline wearing a soccer uniform of one of his professional players. So congratulations, Reed Campbell. Okay, and then every year we get boys and girls that will go for the David Irwin Memorial, who is a part of our soccer family also, that passed away too early. So again, we get applications very similar, but we only give it to one winner. Again, hopefully I didn't yell at this person either. But again, it's Grace Kenapari again. Congratulations.
Eric, thank you so much. We know it's a process. The individuals that run our youth programs put in a lot of time and hours, obviously, to support all student athletes, but then to see them come back and support those student athletes that have gone through their program and continue, it really shows the sense of community and pride that the town of Newington has. So really, I just can't thank Eric enough or the Soccer Club of Newington for their continued support of these scholarships. Here to present the John J. Abate Memorial Scholarship and the Friends of Football Scholarship is Mr. John J. Abate.
Thanks, Chris. It's my 12th year up here for my dad's scholarship. It's John J. Abate Memorial Scholarship. The family of John J. Abate established a scholarship to honor his memory as a past member and former president of Newington Friends of Football from 1974 to 2002. His commitment to Newington High School football was sadly ended in 2002 by lung cancer. This is to acknowledge that Timothy Sullivan is a recipient of the John J. Abate Memorial Scholarship. Okay, I'm also president of Newington Friends of Football since 2015. Each year, the Friends of Football annual scholarship program has established where two $1,000 scholarships are awarded to two deserving varsity football players. The recipients are selected by a committee based on need and scholastic performance of players who will be attending college or an institute for higher learning. I'm honored to announce that this year's 2001 scholarship awards go to Timothy Sullivan and Sean Stegmeyer.
The final scholarship of the evening is one that's very personal to me. It is named after my son, Jacob. It was created, amazingly enough, the exact amount of time that I've been at Newington High School. It's been 10 years since my son, Jacob, unfortunately was lost at a very young age. He overcame many struggles. And you know, as a family, you realize what your children mean to you, and you get closer and you create bonds. And I think that's a lot of what our Newington Athletic program is about, and what I enjoy about it is that there's so much compassion and care. And this scholarship is given to a student athlete who has shown courage and also displayed industriousness, enthusiasm, and competitive greatness in their time at Newington High School. This year's 2021 Jacob Lawrence Myers Scholarship Award winner is Alexi Armour. Please join me in one more round of applause for all of our scholarship award winners. All right, on to our awards. Even in a challenging year like this, there are student athletes who came and committed their time and energy to their fellow student athletes, their coaches, and our school community as a whole. Some of these student athletes not only excelled in a conference level, but were able to be elevated and earn recognition on our state level. Unfortunately, we will not receive our spring All-State Award winners until too much late in the year, but we would like to take time to recognize our All-State winners from the fall and the winter. What I would like to ask is, when your name is called, if you wouldn't mind just coming along the stage, and we're just going to shift you down so we can get one large photo. We'll keep you spaced while on stage. Our first All-State recipient to be recognized is Catherine Bolke for cross country. Keep it in the family. Our second All-State recognition from cross country is Michael Bolke. Our third recognition is Christian Amaral for boys soccer. Our fourth individual is Madison Massaro Cook for girls volleyball. Our next winter recognition, Lily Ferguson for girls basketball. And our final All-State recognition is Olivia Mullings. Olivia was also All New England, and she was one of 4 individuals in school history to be recognized as All-American for girls soccer. Do we have space? Awesome. You guys. Please join me in a big round of applause for all of our All-State student athletes. Thank you, everybody. At this time, please join me in welcoming Mr. DJ Lenahan, our Assistant Director of Athletics and Student Activities, to the stage for our Leadership Award presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Myers, and thank you all for coming. It's freezing in here, and very cold, so each season we ask our coaches to select individuals from their program who demonstrate exceptional leadership both on and off the field. These individuals are people who go above and beyond of what's asked of them, and they take great pride in being part of Newington Athletics. This year we've put together a little video to announce the winners. If your name is called, please stand at the end of the video and join us in a round of applause. So that was a little quick. So So I'll read out the names as well. I know the first half of those were hard to see. So in the fall for cheerleading, we had Grace Mangiafico. Cross country, Arib Masood and Cassidy Doyle. Field hockey, Caitlin Smith. Football, Timothy Sullivan. Boys soccer, Reed Campbell. Girls soccer, Emily Chognicki. Girls swimming, Allison Gogol. And girls volleyball, Madison Massaro Cook. For the winter, boys basketball, Noah Tharlton. Girls basketball, Kaylee Sanchez. Indoor track, Daniel Ellis and Olivia Mullings. Boys swimming, Benjamin Berube. For ice hockey, Joey Petronio. For our spring athletes, baseball, Zach Nakonechny. Boys golf, Colin DeWitt. For girls golf, Madison Massaro Cook. Boys lacrosse, Daniel Barron. Girls lacrosse, Grace Canapari. Softball, Elisa Taylor. Boys tennis, Tim Davis. Girls tennis, Anusha Singh. Track, Eli Roberts and Elise Karanian. And finally, boys volleyball, Jacob Baklowski. Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Lenahan. Sportsmanship is the backbone of true competition. The ability to control one's emotions is the key to an overall success as an athlete. Each year, the CIAC asks schools to recognize one male and one female sportsmanship award winner from their programs. Names are submitted to the athletic department and then voted on by a group of coaches designated for that task. I would like to invite Coach Dave Harakowitz up to announce the male CIAC Sportsmanship Award winner.
Thank you, Chris. This student athlete is very deserving to be selected for the CIAC Career Sportsmanship Award from Newington High School. As captain this year, he went out of his way to mentor our younger players. This was not an easy thing to do in this year of COVID when there was less of an opportunity to interact with them. He was the one responsible in making sure players had masks on, socially distanced, and not getting together outside of the rink. We were able to finish the season with 0 stoppages due to COVID, and this was a direct result of his diligence each and every day. As I thought about him, he exemplified the following characteristics: coachability, strength of character both on and off the ice, integrity, commitment, a positive attitude, persistence, selflessness, citizenship, excellent work ethic, coachability, unselfish team player, and teamwork in all aspects of our program from day one to the last day. These all add up to having an outstanding trait of sportsmanship. The best example I can give you on why he's deserving for this award occurred in our last 2 games of the CCC Conference Tournament. After winning a thrilling 5 overtime game against Wethersfield and participating in our short team celebration on the ice, he skated over to the Wethersfield side and individually went to each Wethersfield player to acknowledge the hard work they showed in that game. After talking to each player, he then went to the coaches to congratulate them on a hard-fought game. In the championship game, after we defeated Tri-Town 5-0 and celebrated, he did the same thing with the Tri-Town players and coaches. In all of my years of coaching, I have not seen the sportsmanship displayed by a player after such an intense game than what I saw him do. This display of character that he showed made the high school game better and made our players better. That, to me, embodies sportsmanship award and shows the true character that this student athlete has. As he continues his academic pursuits at Siena College and beyond, I will leave him with this quote: "The applause soon dies away, the prize is left behind, but the character you built up is yours forever." The Career Sportsmanship Award goes to Joey Petronio.
Joey is not only a hockey player, he's also a baseball player. And he was at the baseball contest. I thought he was going to come back with Zach. I guess that didn't happen. You had to drag him out of there, Zach. But Joey is a great recipient. We'll make sure to get him that plaque and certificate. Next, I would like to invite to the stage Mr. Mark Tancredi.
All right, good evening, and congratulations to all our athletes that have been recognized tonight. Every coach always asks their players to compete at the highest level, but very few know what's required to get there. Commitment, work ethic, dedication, the willingness to do the little things beyond the stat sheet all come to mind when we think about competing. However, a true competitor is able to display these qualities while having compassion and respect for their opponent. We call that sportsmanship. The spirit of the game was built on finding the balance between playing your hardest and reaching out with a helping hand to your opponent when they were down. This athlete was the first to every player when they hit the floor hard or didn't get up quick enough, no matter what jersey they were wearing. She had her arm around the shoulder of others who were visibly upset or just needed an extra boost to finish the game. Her actions were not only the evidence of sportsmanship. Often, she shared a quick smile or laugh with her opponent, and then the very next play was able to make an aggressive play to the hoop. It is my honor to present this year's Sportsmanship Award to Madison Romanello.
So Madison is a manager on the boys lacrosse team that recently had a game. So we will make sure that she receives that plaque as we go on. We have many student athletes who excel both in the classroom and in athletics, but only two who are recognized as the top male and top female student athletes at Newington High School. On the first Sunday of every May, a normal year, there is a quaint gathering of about 2,500 people at the AquaTurf, where we celebrate these two student athletes from each school. Over the past 2 years, due to COVID, these presentations have actually been done virtually via Fox 61, and they've done a great job in highlighting our student athletes and their great accomplishments. Even though they've already been recognized, I wanted to make sure that in a grander setting, they were able to get the appropriate applause and recognition. The two scholar athletes from Newington High School in the 2021 school year are Grace Canapari and Josh Okosa. Now on to the final awards of the evening. These two awards are the Joyce Jammer and the George Brinley Award, who are given to the most outstanding student athlete, male or female, who, in the opinion of the head coaches, has shown outstanding athletic achievement, has brought positive recognition in Newington High School, and has been an inspiration to their teammates and the student body. To be eligible to be this student athlete, you must compete in multiple sports at the varsity level for multiple years. Finalists, when I call your name, please just rise before your video to be recognized. Our first finalist is Reed Campbell. George Brindley finalist, Reed Campbell. Reed was a 4-year member of the outdoor track team and a 3-year member of the indoor team. He was a Class L qualifier in the 4x800 his sophomore, junior, and senior years, and sprint medley relay as a junior. He is a part of the distance medley relay team that owns the school record. He is a top miler and a critical member of that 4x800 relay team. In soccer, Reed is a 4-year varsity player. As a junior, he was the second leading scorer and second in assists. As a senior, he was all-conference, captain, selected to the Senior Bowl team, and again was the second leading scorer and assist man. From Coach Bernetti, his greatest ability on the field is his ability to read the game and anticipate. He is the hardest working student athlete I have ever had and can't think of anyone more deserving for the Brindley Award. Our second finalist is Mr. Samuel Geisler. George Brindley finalist, Sam Geisler. Sam is a 4-year member of the indoor track team and a member of the outdoor track team in his senior year. He was a Class L qualifier in the mile, 2-mile, and 600 meter. He finished 12th in a field of 300 in the 3,000 meter at the Yale Invitational. Sam is a member of the school record-holding distance medley relay team. From his coach, Sam gives whatever is needed for team success. He is one of the most genuinely good-hearted athletes I have ever coached. Sam was also a standout in cross country. He was all-conference 3 times and all-state twice. In his junior year, he placed second in Class L and at the CCC Championships, along with winning the Nonawag Invitational. He set home course records in his junior and senior year, along with holding the Wethersfield course record. From his coach, he keeps running forward and doesn't let anything hold him back. He is a role model for his classmates and the entire running community. And before we go on to the Jammer finalists, I just want to kind of point out that these individuals have made their way through a variety of nominations, voting, to get to this point. It didn't just, happen where we just had a couple. There was a lot of discussion and dialogue. To be able to make it, to just be a finalist, is an unbelievable accomplishment. Now on to our Joyce Jammer finalists. Our first Joyce Jammer finalist is Olivia Mullings. Come on, Liv. There you go. Joyce Jammer finalist, Olivia Mullings. Olivia was a 3-year member of the varsity track team. She was All-Herald in 2019-2020 and the Leadership Award recipient. She's a school record holder in the 300 meter and a member of the sprint medley relay team, which also holds the school record. She placed 3rd in the 2020 CIAC Class L Championships and was a qualifier for the State Open. Olivia was one of the most talented and versatile athletes the track program has ever had. The coaches are convinced that if she was able to compete in her junior and senior years, she would have broken the 300 meter and 400 meter outdoor records as well. Olivia was also a standout soccer player. She was varsity all 4 years, all conference all 4 years, all Herald for 3 seasons, All-State for 3 seasons, All-New England in her junior and senior years, and she reached the highest level of All-American as a senior. She is one of only 4 Newington High School athletes to achieve this accomplishment. From her coach, Olivia has been one of the top female soccer players to come through the soccer program ever. She has laid a great foundation for our future and has come out as the 2nd highest goal scorer in school history. Our next Joyce Jammer finalist, Madison Massaro Cook. Joyce Jammer finalist, Madison Massaro Cook. Maddie has been a member of the varsity golf team since her freshman year and the #1 player in her sophomore and senior seasons since her junior season was canceled. As a sophomore, she was all-conference and finished 5th out of 85 golfers in the CCC Tournament Championship. She has shown true leadership to the underclassmen and encourages them to grow and improve within the sport. The coaches are excited to see what she is able to do in her final events of her senior season. Maddie was a standout volleyball player all 4 years, while earning all conference as a sophomore, junior, and senior, along with being named All-State as a senior. She is a true leader and has thrived as captain and leadership award winner. In her senior year, she accumulated 127 kills, 48 aces, 7 blocks, and 99 digs, which blow most yearly stats out of the water. From her coach, Maddie is a once-in-a-decade type player. Her dedication to the sport and remarkable ability have set her to excel in our program and throughout the state. And here to present both the George Brindley and the Joyce Jammer Awards, the #1 Newington High School athletic fan, our principal, Ms. Tara Tigno.
Now that I got his dinner order, we're all set. No, just kidding. All right. Welcome, everyone, and congratulations to all the athletes that are here tonight. Before I announce the winners, I just want to say that I know that the seasons have been cut short, the years have been cut short, but the little over 2 years that I did get to see the 4 of you run, play, kick, jump, kill, that's actually a thing in the sport, right? So that's appropriate here. But you're amazing students, both on the courts, fields, course, tracks, as you are in the hallways and in the classrooms. I've had the pleasure of interacting with all 4 of you multiple times throughout your careers here. So thank you for all you bring to our family of learners. It's just truly been a pleasure. So with that said, I'll announce the Joyce Jammer Award first. And the winner of the Joyce Jammer Award goes to Olivia Mullings. And the winner of the George Brindley Award goes to Sam Geisler. Before I step away from the mic, anyone who knows me knows I love the mic, but I just have to take a moment to really thank Mr. Myers and Mr. Lenahan for all they do. If anyone, in a normal year, their job is crazy. And in a pandemic, I don't even know if there's a word yet. Actually, it'd be fun to create a new word for the dictionary to describe what has happened this year in athletics and all that these two men had to deal with for all 3 seasons going back to last March. The meetings, the changes, the last-minute changes, the on-again, off-again masks, the new rules, the fan rules, the indoor rules, the outdoor rules, and then the fact that they were able to put together programs for students to ensure that they had conditioning, to ensure that they had their seasons, to make sure that balls were separated from the athletes to be clean, to make sure that different freshman, JV and varsity programs were separated to ensure that they had enough time for practice, yet everybody had a chance to practice, to make sure if there was rain that there was places inside. I'm sure you do recognize all that they do, but I cannot. I've been on a lot of email chains, and the professionalism and the amount of hard work that these two men have displayed over the years, but more importantly this year and since last March, to allow programs to run is truly outstanding. So from the bottom of my heart and from our entire district, thank you, Mr. Lenahan and Mr. Myers, for everything that you do for our student athletes. A parent recently said to me at the Scholars Breakfast, "Thank you just doesn't seem enough," and there truly are not enough words, so thank you. And to the coaches, I see many of you here this evening. It's a true testament to not only your programs, but to really support the athletes that you coach day in and day out, and not just during your season. I see many of you at other contests supporting your student athletes even when it's not in your season. And I'm, again, honored to be the principal of a school with so many wonderful coaches. So if I could have a round of applause for all the coaches out there. And to the parents, thank you so much for giving us, again, just wonderful human beings. They're talented, obviously, on the field and in their sport, but in the classrooms, in the hallways, the kindness. As you saw over here, the hugs, the high fives, it doesn't matter. They're all winners, and they're all truly happy for one another. And to me, that's the biggest win. So parents and guardians, congratulations and thank you. I literally could just be here giving thank yous. And I can't forget our crew here, Jacob and students who continue to live stream, to put things out there. So I said this the other day at the AM Awards, so we can see things. If it wasn't for them during COVID, we wouldn't know, parents wouldn't know half the things that are going on, but because their ability to live stream professionally, it's been just wonderful. So thank you, Jacob and team, for all your hard work. It's truly amazing. So, yay. And just one more thank you to our student athletes. Love you all. And without your leadership, I know it's been set up here a number of times with those winners, but truly anyone on the athletics, we look up to you to lead our school, and you've done a phenomenal job. So.
She stole all my thank yous. For those of you who know Ms. Tigno cares about everything that is a part of this school. She has such a passion for what's going on, and athletics is one of those things that she truly has a passion for. She was actually at a lacrosse game just before this, snuck that in between her daughter's softball and running a school during a pandemic, and following along and making sure that all of her programs are precise and to the point. So kudos back to her, because Ms. Tigno is an unbelievable principal. She's an unbelievable leader of young adults. So Ms. Tigno, thank you so much for all you do. At this time, I would like to invite our superintendent of schools, Dr. Maureen Bremen, to the stage.
Well, I don't think I can top all the thank yous that Ms. Tigno just did. That pretty much was everyone that I wanted to thank, but I would echo her sentiments that Mr. Lenahan and Mr. Myers have really knocked it out of the park to allow us to have a good athletic season in spite of the pandemic and all the calls, the emails, the meetings with the CIAC, and the changes at the last minute about protocols. And for our athletes and parents in the audience, we really appreciate your cooperation. It was not easy to not always get to go to a game or to have to follow some of our protocols, but our kids just took it and ran with it. We had a very successful athletic season. Probably haven't gone to as many games as Ms. Tigno, but I have seen a lot of competitions, and our athletes are talented, but the sportsmanship component is what really knocks my socks off. Some of the stories I've heard here tonight obviously resonate with that type of protocol that our kids are following and just the way they conduct themselves as young adults. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening, and I look forward to celebrating graduation in about 10 days.
So again, this year, a little over a year, has been a little crazy. And, as an athletic director, you have an opportunity to speak with a lot of different individuals that work throughout different public school systems, different private school systems. What I can say is our district leadership that begins with Dr. Brummett has really set an unbelievable standard that we followed throughout the year. And I think if you asked any school around the way, they reflected back on how Newington did things. And our athletic programs were able to run because we had such good guidance and leadership from the get-go. There weren't questions. There wasn't much unclarity. When decisions had to be made, Dr. Brummett and the Board of Education was there to support those. So please join me in a loud round of applause for getting us to this point. Dr. Brummett, thank you so much. Our building administrators are fantastic. If you ask your student athletes, I think they will give you a little feedback that our building administration asks questions, they follow, they know what's going on. And that does not happen in all school systems. A lot of times people are occupied with their own obligations, and a small game that occurred on Wednesday night isn't very important. To our school administration, it matters, and they check in. And they want to know who's doing well and were there any issues and hey, who can I stop in and talk to? And they want to listen to those stories. And I think, especially in a year like now, where relationship building was so critical, our school administration is so head over shoulders better than other places for rewarding and recognizing our great student athletes and the work that they do. So it starts with Ms. Tigno, but I also want to thank Mr. Mario Ficcicelli, Ms. Laura Blanchard, and Mr. Jamie Harris for all their support. So when you call the athletic office, you either have the unfortunate situation of talking to me, or you were lucky enough to speak with Mr. Lenahan. Mr. Lenahan has been with us for 3 years now, and to say that he does a ton of stuff behind the scenes that you might not know is an understatement. He has been an unbelievable asset to our athletic program. He cares about our student athletes. He wants to make sure they're doing things the right way. He goes out and evaluates situations, has those side conversations with coaches, has those side conversations with student athletes so that our programs are always represented in a positive light throughout the state. So I really want to extend a huge thank you to DJ Lenahan for all of his work with our athletic program. Our parents, I can't thank you all enough. I know Ms. Tigno thanked you, but I have to thank you as well. I know some of you called me saying, "What are we doing? Why do we have to? Why do we always have to do this? Or do we have to? Do we have to make sure that the time is separate?" And after a conversation, you go, "All right, I understand, and we're going to fully support that." And what you found in other school districts was people weren't fully supporting what was going on, and they ran into issues. And it was so proud for us to go through the fall and winter and most of the spring without really any issues, without really any major complications. Were there questions? Of course. But you were always supportive of the decisions that we had to make and to make sure we could get from A to B. And we allowed our student athletes to have as full a season as they possibly could, and to enjoy those times in the field. So parents, thank you so much for all your support through these crazy times. It means a lot to us and your student athletes. Thank you so much. And I've said this a billion times, our student athletes rock. Our student athletes from the get-go, we told them what they needed to do, and they did it. Put your bag over there 6 feet apart, they did it. Show up through the rear door, knock twice, tell us the secret password, and we'll let you in. Make sure you're staying on your underclassmen to wear their masks. Make sure you're not hanging out and outside of school, trying to make sure you're being responsible. And they did an unbelievable job of just doing what we needed them to do so that they could have the experience they need. And what you really saw in this time was, yes, it's about being successful within your sport, but what you really saw was the care and compassion that each student athlete had for one another. And they cared about each other's opportunities. And, in the fall, when we knew there wasn't a state tournament, we really weren't sure what was going to happen with the season. I wasn't really sure what we were going to get. And people, to be honest, across the state were like, kids are going to quit. Nobody's going to be around here. And other places said, we had kids that really weren't that committed. Every single day when I walked into a gym or when I walked onto a field, we had kids smiling. We had kids laughing. We had kids supporting each other. We had kids sprinting out to the fields and courts. We had kids working their hardest. We had kids cheering each other on. And it says a lot of what the positive things that, and I don't want to say the positive things that COVID has done, but it's some of the positive things that COVID had turned into. We supported each other. We really pushed each other to achieve our best. So we're going to take some things that occurred this year and try to move them on, because the student athletes really did an unbelievable job of enjoying their seasons, doing the best with their time, but also making sure that the other student athletes were achieving their best and enjoying their experience as well. So thank you to all of our student athletes who are here this evening. So this is a challenging year. I can't thank everybody enough. Thank you so much for working with us. I'm so happy that we had an opportunity to come here, recognize our student athletes. You all are so just phenomenal at what you do. Please continue to support seniors as you go on. Continue to be a part of the Newington Athletics family. We care about all you greatly. We want to support you as you go on. Come back. Make sure you're saying hello. And we can't wait for all the great things that you're going to do. Please, I hope you all enjoyed the evening. And please go and enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you so much, everyone.